Attention. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the United States of America.
President, up!
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing while we have the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, I'd like everybody to remain standing for a moment while we do the invocation and opening prayer. I'd like to invite up Rabbi Pearl from the Chabad of Minneapolis and Malik Nadim Adid, New York President, American Muslims Voice Foundation, please.
Almighty God, in honor of today's swearing-in ceremony of Nassau's New County's new Comptroller, Jack Schnirman, we stand before you in prayer. Look favorably upon our newly elected Comptroller and bestow upon him the joy of life, good health, and prosperity. Bless Jack, who has been chosen to make decisions for the citizenry of this great county with wisdom and understanding. I also know this day, Jack, you have worked tirelessly and diligently to achieve, a day you gratefully and humbly accept for both the spiritual rewards and challenges which accompany a new position. In the Jewish tradition, we love to bless people. We say blessing to each other when we greet each other, we bless each other when we take leave from one another, and yes, certainly on this occasion, such as today, there's a blessing reserved for a person embarking upon a new path in life as in a new post as County Comptroller. May all of God's blessings shine upon you as you venture forth in this exciting new chapter in your life. As we begin the new year in the United States of America, let us be reminded of what Rabbi Schnirman, the Lubavitcher Rebbe of righteous memory, said. He continues to remind us that our country, the United States of America, is a nation of deep faith and great kindness. Every good deed brings healing and unity to a world so fractured, making it a more godly and kinder place. Let our beautiful community serve as a beacon of light and a force for good, tipping the scale for good over evil for the entire world. May He who blessed on high bring peace upon all of us and upon all of humanity. God bless America.
What a beautiful prayer. Thank you so much, Rabbi. Diversity is our strength. Really? Let us see what Holy Quran said 1,440 years ago about diversity. And I'm going to translate from chapter 26, verse number 13 from Holy Quran. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most beneficent. O human beings, indeed we created you all from one male and one female, and made you into nations and tribes, so that you may know one another. Verily, the noblest of you in the sight of Allah is the most God-fearing of you. Surely Allah is all-knowing and all-aware. In this verse, Allah addressed the whole mankind to reform it of the great evil that has always been causing universal disruption, and that is prejudice due to race, gender, color, language, country, and nationality. Division of men and women into nations and tribes is also an expression of Allah's unique attribute, and that is Al-Khaliq, the creator. That He created infinite number of people with distinctive features extending from one soul, Prophet Adam, peace be upon him. Allah explained that these differences of colors and languages are signs of His greatness and power. Today, we proudly say that diversity is the power. So let's pray. In the Muslim traditions, we raise our hands in front of God to pray. Oh Allah, we thank you for all your blessings in our lives. We thank you for the recent victory of the great leaders in Nassau County, town of Hempstead and town of North Hempstead. We especially thank you for the victory of our dear brother Jack Schnirman as the county controller. Oh Allah, you know Jack is a dedicated, honest, and hardworking young man. Please bless him with the wisdom to make the right decisions and the courage to make the right choices. Oh Allah, shower him your mercy and help him to build the diversity around him and that was created by you. Oh Allah, bless him with the greatest success and open the doors for him to rise to the top. Give him the courage, give us the courage to support him to succeed. Say Ameen. God bless you all and God bless America. Thank you.
So once again, good afternoon, everybody. I guess they say third time's the charm. We appreciate the support and energy and the absolute amazing turnout today. I'd like to take a minute to recognize many of the dignitaries that have joined us here today in the audience. Foremost, obviously, New York State Comptroller, Tom DiNapoli. Tom. Our newly inaugurated County Executive, Laura Kern. We have our new presiding officer, Rich Nicolello. Several members of the county legislature are here with us today, including Ellen Birnbaum. I thought I saw Denise Ford, but I'm not 100% sure. I also want to recognize Senior Councilwoman Dorothy Gooseby from Town of Houston. Town Clerk Wayne Wing. I'd like to recognize former Congressman Gary Ackerman. I'd also like to recognize former Nassau County Comptroller Howard Weitzman and I would also like to recognize very important people to Jack, the Long Beach City Council, including Council President Anthony Aramo, members of the Diamonds, Scott Landau, and I'd also like to recognize former Councilwoman Fran Adelson. And we have several commissioners and village officials as well, including Hempstead Village Trustee Charles Renfro, Great Water Pollution Control District Commissioners Gary Lansford, Steve Ryder, and Patty Katz as well. Several other dignitaries, including David Kilnick, who's CEO and president of the LGBT Network of Long Island. And of course, forgive me, Dr. Keene. I haven't had a chance to formally thank Nassau Community College for hosting this year today. The remarkable reaccreditation process and the speed with which it was delivered and the remarkable turnaround of this institution is credited to Dr. Keene and his amazing staff. And I think is testimony to many of the themes that our elected officials are speaking to now, that things can get better with a lot of hard work and dedication. And so, Dr. Keene, thank you very much for hosting us today. yes, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention former Brookhaven Town Supervisor and New York State Senator Brian Foley. Oh, and Jackie Gordon, forgive me. I will get better at this, I promise. We have another 20 minutes, we're fine. It's with that and the hope to continue the ceremony along. I'd like to introduce our two next speakers. John Durso, as the President of Long Island Federation of Labor, needs little introduction, but is an amazing leader here on Long Island, joined by Kyle Strober as well, Executive Director of the Association for the Better Long Island. So, gentlemen, please take the podium.
Good afternoon. Kyle was supposed to go first, but he said that age should go before beauty. So, stuck with me. What a great crowd. This is a tribute to you in the future. There's a beautiful family. Wonderful. So I have some prepared remarks, which I don't usually read, most of it because I can't see it. All right, so, but I do want to say that, as David said, third time's the charm. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's only appropriate that we're here at Nassau Community College because it ties into Jack and everything he's done and the leadership that he provides, because Nassau is the key to the future of this county. This college symbolizes that. And Jack Schnirman embodies that work and that mission. So that's not on the remarks, that's just because that's how I feel about you. And I feel about this school. But, so there's a lot I could say about Jack, but I've been told to be brief, which is not easy for a labor leader and a microphone in a room full of people, but I will endeavor to do my best. Plus Kyle is here and he'll kick me. So, Jack did a great job wherever he's gone. I mean, it's what he did in Long Beach, along with his team, was incredible after Sandy. I mean, it was, and I had the pleasure of doing some work with Jack and his team down there, and I got the opportunity to meet him, to know him, and to see the brilliance. And I hate to give him a big head, but the truth is the truth. After this, I'll never say another nice thing about you. Okay, but the truth of the matter is that he has brilliance, and he has vision, and he has drive, and he has everything that this county needs to help move it forward. He'll surround himself with the very best. He has the energy and drive to do it. And I'm thrilled because the people of Nassau County deserve nothing less. Jack will be a steward of the people, of the mission, of the life that we choose to live, those of us who live in Nassau County, and those who only wish they could live in Nassau County. Because there's only two types of people, those of us that live here and those that want to. My friend Roger lives in Suffolk County, but it's okay. Right. But there's no room for shortcuts. There's room for hard work and dedication. And that's what this young man would bring. So we're all better off. Our lives are all going to be improved because of the work and the dedication that he has. And he gets that strength from his family. There's absolutely no doubt that he gets it from his wonderful family. And she's just beautiful. And so, we're here. Kyle and I are going to get to introduce a great friend of all of ours in a couple of minutes. But I just want to take this opportunity to say I'm honored to be a part of this. I'm honored to call you my friend. But I will tell you that as you go forward, I'm sure there'll be times that we might not agree on things, as I have said to others. Okay? But it'll always be done with respect and admiration for the job that you have to do. I'm proud of you, Jack. Congratulations. Well deserved. Well done.
Good afternoon. I have to commend my partner in crime here. That took a lot shorter. I thought John would be at least 5 more minutes. But I'm here not only as the executive director for ABLI and representing the real estate community here on Long Island and best friends with labor, of course, every time there's a project labor agreement or anything else, but I'm also a Long Beach resident. And when I first heard Jack was interested in running for county office, I was excited for Nassau County. I truly was. But I was also worried, selfishly. I was, you see, as a Long Beach resident, I was upset with the possibility of losing our city's greatest asset, and I truly mean that, Jack. In Long Beach, you showed us that a smart government could identify and cut real waste, ultimately ending the city's financial woes. Jack showed us working together as a community, we can persevere through any storm. And as he trademarked, we did stronger, smarter, and safer. That type of vision is critical for Nassau County, where we need partners in government who understand how to cooperate, especially between labor and business, and spur economic development. Jack Schnirman is someone who has a real vision for what local government can and should be. He has the chops at multiple levels and perspectives to make a real immediate impact. Jack, you've done an amazing job as long as I've known you. You're a collaborator, you're always willing to work and partner to get the job done and done right. Jack, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations and good luck.
All right, he's letting the old man do this. I hate saying old man, especially since I'm older than you. It kills me. So it is my honor to introduce the Comptroller, the standard by which everybody else is compared. Okay, a man who has done nothing but make everybody who desires to be in public service proud. The person people in public service want to emulate. And that's our great Comptroller, Tom DiNapoli.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a privilege for me to be part of this wonderful ceremony. I'm a big fan of Jack Schnirman's. Is anybody else a big fan of Jack? I'm such a big fan, I showed up those other 2 times. I didn't care about the weather. D.A. Madeline Singus was the only other person that was there in the snow with me. Give her a round of applause for her perseverance. This really is a great moment, and it always is a special moment when we have one of these induction ceremonies, especially when someone is embarking on a new position, a very important position, and certainly something that has been part of Jack's dream for a very, very long time. In a couple of moments, I'm going to call Jack and Joni and Sage up, along with our great Judge Sharon Gianelli. But I'll just remind everyone of what we know already, why we're here, why we were so thrilled and excited that Jack put his name forward to run for this position. We really have an extraordinary opportunity to benefit from Jack Schnirman's public service in this new role for him as Nassau County Comptroller. You know, there aren't too many folks that are in the club of elected controllers. There's only, I think, about a half dozen across the state at the county level. But as I've come to appreciate in my 10 years now as state controller, this really is a wonderful position. It really plays such a fundamental role in the operations of government. It is often a quieter role and a less apparent role, but really a very, very, very key and a very important role. And as Nassau is having a new beginning on so many levels, our new county executive, new presiding officer, some new members of the legislature, Jack really is going to be at the crossroads of helping to pull it all together. And we couldn't ask for anybody better prepared for this position. Starting with his educational level, going to Harvard. It may not be Hofstra or Nassau Community, but it's still a pretty good school. And to work on Capitol Hill for a period of time as well. And then to start at the municipal level in the town of Brookhaven. We all know what Brookhaven used to be called, right? Brookhaven. So having to understand the importance of ethics and integrity and not only getting good results on behalf of taxpayers and citizens, but doing it in the right way is a lesson that Jack learned at a very, very early start in his career. And then coming to the city of Long Beach, a great, great city, our wonderful city by the sea, but a city with many, many problems. And certainly, as Jack knows in his role as city manager, we had to do our regular evaluations of the city, budget reviews, and the fiscal stress monitoring system. Long Beach wasn't doing so well. And instead of running and hiding, Jack worked collaboratively with the members of the city council and did a magnificent job in turning around the finances, building up reserves, making sure that the credit rating would be improved, understanding the importance of balancing the budget for the people of that great city. And in the middle of all that, Superstorm Sandy hits. And being a Nassau County guy, I spent time volunteering myself, bringing our crew down from Albany that wanted to help, and to see Jack in action. He wasn't dressed so nice then, but he was dressed for the battle against the elements. And he really did a beautiful job in marshaling the broader support, not only of the great people of the city of Long Beach, but all the neighboring communities that wanted to come down and help. So he knows how to react when there's a crisis, and in fact, deliver results for people. He ran for county controller, and he really set out some very, very important goals and very, very important objectives. Again, they may not be the sexiest issues out there, but they're very important to helping to turn this county around. To improve the audits, to really deliver on cost savings for the people of this county. To reform the county contracting system, that certainly has been an issue for a very, very long time here. To modernize the finance system. To do all that he can, getting input from taxpayers and from professionals, to eliminate waste in Nassau County's budget. The bottom line, to make Nassau County more transparent, more accessible to the people, and more accountable. You know, people sometimes say to me, Tom, why do you want to be controller? And I always say, at a time where taxpayer resources are more stretched than ever, and we in New York are really going to be paying a high price for the federal changes that are coming down, not only the tax reform, but the budget cuts that we're going to be faced with as well. The office that has a primary responsibility for accountability on how money is being spent and transparency to inform the public about where their tax dollars are going, that's the best job to have. No offense to the other elected officials. This really is the job that will make the difference for the people of this great county. He not only brings those credentials and experience, but he's got the personal attributes. He's a person of integrity. He's a person of ethics. I've seen that firsthand. I've gotten to know him well. And he has that other requisite quality. And maybe a quality at times that the county executive and the county legislature may not like. He's independent. He's going to call the shots as he sees them. That will not always make you popular, Jack, with your colleagues, but that's the job that you've been elected to do. And you do it the right way, you're going to help the county exec and the county legislature to bring this county to the place it should be. You know, back in the year 2000, when I was in the Assembly, I worked with my colleagues in the Assembly and the Senate, worked with the governor at the time, and we delivered $105 million to help Nassau County straighten out its finances when we were in really bad shape. That aid, and we don't have $105 million laying around these days anymore, it came with a hitch. The hitch was the Nassau Interim Finance Authority. And when I sponsored the legislation to deliver that money and to create NIFA, it was with the expectation that in a very short period of time, the county's fiscal ship would be righted and we would all move forward in a positive way. 18 years later, the county's fiscal ship still needs to be righted. NIFA is still in existence and playing a bigger role than it has in a very, very long time. So you have your work cut out for you here in Nassau County. But Jack, I have confidence as a resident here and a taxpayer here that you're going to be a key part of delivering on that promise and that dream that many of us had back in 2000, that we put this county back on the right path. And I've offered to you any help that we can provide from the State Controller's Office. We have a lot of folks that know about how to do those audits and how to use technology to improve financial management, to make information more available to the public. We stand ready to assist you in any way that we can. I have full confidence that we're going to have a great partnership. I have even more confidence that you are truly going to be a great county controller. And I say that with the knowledge that you're younger than me and John Durso, which means this won't be the last stop along the way. I want to make clear the Office of State Controller is not available. It won't be for a period of time, many, many years, but keep in mind down the road. And my friends, it's really a privilege for me to call forward our wonderful Justice of the Supreme Court is going to be presiding over the swearing in, the Honorable Sharon Gianelli, a wonderful friend to all of us. Give Sharon a round of applause. She's been supportive. And give a rousing applause to Nassau County Comptroller Jack Schnirman, his wife Joni, his beautiful daughter Sage, as they come forward.
Swearing in, take one. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Jack Schnirman,
I, Jack Schnirman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Comptroller
and that I'll faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Comptroller
for the County of Nassau
for the County of Nassau
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This time I'd like to recognize Jack's deputies to come up and also receive the oath of office. We're going to do it right in front again. Jack, she's staying behind.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. And you may have remembered every single thing. I, say your name. I, do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties.
Of the Office of Deputy Comptroller.
Of the Office of Deputy Comptroller.
Of the County of Nassau.
Of the County of Nassau.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
All right.
Thank you so much, Tom. And I know I speak for everyone in the room when I say you have set the bar when it comes to being an effective and honest public servant. The people of the state of New York are lucky to have you in their corner, and I'm proud to have you in mine. I think Sage agrees. And I just want to thank Nassau Community College again for hosting us. Dr. Keene, it's incredible the progress that you have made. It's truly an honor standing before all of you today and look around. It is an impressive and incredible group, and I am honored and humbled that everybody showed up for the third time. It's amazing. And it's been quite a year in getting to this point. You know, we started this campaign knowing it would be tough, and that the reward for winning, if we were lucky enough to do so, would be even tougher. The opportunity to fight for and achieve reform. But like so many of you in this room today, I jumped in because we needed reform-minded leaders to push Nassau County forward. And I think if you look around this room, you see so many of those reform-minded leaders here today. So I was very fortunate midway in the campaign that, on the personal level, we got a little boost. My wife, Joni, and I found out that we were expecting our second child, second Schnirman. If Joni, if you could just stand up and thank you for everything. And let's not forget the stage monster. So as I thought about what I wanted for my family here in Nassau County, I felt a renewed sense of mission because I know firsthand the decisions that we all collectively make will have impacts that can last for generations. Where we live in Long Beach, a beautiful, clean beach sits less than a mile away from Reynolds Channel. And as many have heard me say, it's a dream of mine for Sage to swim in that channel without leaving with more than a healthy glow. And I bring that up because at some point, somebody, some sort of official, thought it would be a good idea to use Reynolds Channel as a sewage runoff site. But surely a better decision could have been made. And that's what local government should be about, right? I know a lot of you have been to more than a few inaugurations over the last week or so, and some in this room have been sworn into office as well. So now having been through a couple of inaugurations, here's my take. Whether as citizens or being sworn in, it's all important. We all have such an important role to play. So when you run for controller, people ask you what that role means. So the most common thing that I've been hearing over the last year is, what does a controller do? Simply put, the controller acts as a fiscal watchdog, as Tom said. The office oversees the finances, audits, payroll, and vendor contracts. But in these challenging times, as we face really a crisis of corruption and tough fiscal problems, we need to do more so that your tax dollars are protected. So here's how I see the role of controller. Number one, I serve as your fiscal umpire, an impartial voice calling balls and strikes and providing facts, transparency, and clarity. And here's the thing, the umpire can't work for the home team. We've got to play it straight down the middle. Sage agrees. And I'll be an honest messenger providing the scorecard on the state of the county's finances. Number two, I lead your team of county auditors. And that team's too small right now, by the way. I'll be using the resources of our talented professional staff to help departments make improvements in the way they serve the public, and asking the tough and sometimes uncomfortable questions of those who are standing in the way of progress. Number three, it's all about investigations. Our investigative team is going to follow the money and push for answers and accountability from everyone in government, regardless of position of power. And four, it's about efficiency, expanding our ability to improve performance. We're putting in place a team that will allow the Comptroller's office to be the county's in-house management consulting firm, generating real data so we can direct resources to people and programs that are getting results. And above all else, I am your eyes and ears on the inside. I won't hesitate to blow up the back rooms and ask the tough questions to make sure we're getting the bang for our buck. Because that's what you hired me to do. Make no mistake, we aren't talking about never before seen, untested practices here. This is common sense, smart, tough financial analysis that for too long has been pushed by the wayside so those who clung to power could take advantage of us. I don't have superhuman powers to read minds or see through walls, but have you met the incredible team we're putting together? I'd ask our executive team to please stand. This is a team that literally teaches the class in fighting public corruption, experienced folks who've been saving taxpayer dollars for decades, investigating with the IRS, decades in public service, top professionals from the private and nonprofit sectors. I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you. I'd also like to acknowledge our professional staff in the Comptroller's office who are here today. Would all of them please stand? It is not often that you're recognized. I realize that. Thank you for your hard work. So we've set 3 principles for how we're going to approach this office. Conveniently, they were greeting out all of us at the door as we walked in. Investigation. Our obligation is to conduct detailed and impartial investigations. The error of looking the other way or helping out a connected friend or doing something a certain way solely because that's the way it's been done before, that's coming to an end, as we all know. innovation. As I heard firsthand during a recent roundtable discussion, generations of technology continue to pass Nassau County government by. We need to seize opportunities to get the most out of our staff hours and streamline operations, find efficiencies, identify risks, and better recognize complex financial trends so that we can save taxpayer dollars and invest in the services you care about. We need to free our nonprofit partners, many of which are here today, from the boxes of paperwork and consistent late payments so that they can focus their resources where they should be, helping those in need. And certainly independence, as Tom said. The public needs to trust that the audits, financial reports, policy recommendations, and data analysis coming out of this office are developed free from political influence. I'm going to run a professional and independent controller's office that won't back down in the face of the status quo. So the benefit of having to delay today's ceremony is that after being in office for an entire week, I can tell you with confidence that the 4 priorities we set out during the campaign, they're already moving forward. Just to remind everybody, number 1, we're going to start talking about the state of the county's finances honestly again. No games, no gimmicks. As we know, we can't fix our problems when there's a disagreement over basic issues like whether we're running a surplus or a crippling deficit. 2, we're going to conduct the smart audits that ask the tough questions and give the public the answers that's been demanded for years. That includes a nepotism audit to identify where friends and family have been hired over qualified candidates. From infrastructure contracts to in-house services, we cannot shirk our duty to root out waste, fraud, and inefficiencies. 3, we're going to reform our contracting system and partner with the district attorney's office to create a process that is transparent and open to all qualified business owners, not just the politically connected ones. And 4, we are going to give every resident and every county worker a seat at the table when it comes to identifying issues that need to be reformed. This week, we're unveiling our official You Report It, We Reform It tip line. Now, any resident or county worker can email reportitreformit at nassaucountyny.gov and get straight through to the Comptroller's office. That's operational starting right now. So we have our work cut out for us, but as I've seen firsthand what can be done when we work together, government, the private sector, labor, nonprofits, everyone pulling in the same direction. When Superstorm Sandy hit, I was the city manager in Long Beach, and I was and still am just amazed at how powerful that storm was. But more powerful was the response. From the smallest nonprofit cooking meals over a propane burner to hundreds of first responders across a variety of agencies working together, we rebuilt stronger, smarter, and safer. It all just works when everyone works together. So why do we only see that spirit during a natural disaster? I think we can all agree it shouldn't take a wall of water to get our local governments pointed in the right direction. How can we all come together to fix that broken system? It costs every single one of us money, every single day. Late fees, no bid so-called emergency contracts, and vendor markup, because businesses know they may not get paid for an entire year. That's the true cost of the status quo, the cost of doing nothing. And we've paid too many of these costs for far too long. And the cost of doing nothing will continue to grow and outstrip every piecemeal budget cut that we can put together until we do something about it. So let's do something about it together. Everybody here in this room, and I know we're going to do that. The Comptroller's office is your office. We want to amplify the voice of the people who have screamed themselves hoarse, saying enough is enough, so that everyone knows and understands exactly what's going wrong. We know we can do so much more. And looking all around the country, Comptrollers are making a positive impact. And Tom leading the way here in New York State. I want our Comptroller's office here in Nassau County to be a resource for all of the people of Nassau County. And as we go forward, I just want to take a moment again and thank everyone Whether we've worked together for years or whether we just met today, I'm excited to face the challenges of the next 4 years, and I look forward to working with all of you to answer that call for reform. So, let's get to work.
Thank you for the inspiring words. At this time, as we close out today's ceremony, I would like to invite up to the podium for closing prayers Reverend Dr. Cedric Beasley, pastor of Union Baptist Church of Hempstead, and Rod Nabala, a former Nassau County Deputy Commissioner. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, and what a great day it is for Nassau County. Might we pray? Our Father and our God, we thank you today for the reason and purpose in which we've gathered today for a brighter and better Nassau County. This season of elevation and transformation and transition, God, we ask you, oh God, that you would continue to guide us to higher heights and deeper depths for the great horizon that you have for this great country and for this great county. Lord, thank you for our Comptroller and for all the things that he's going to accomplish. Lord, we thank you also for, as we look in the past, and thank you for the work from all the work that he has done in the past from Long Beach. Oh God, we look forward to a brighter day ahead for Nassau County. We thank you for family, for friends, for community. We've gathered together in this place for this wonderful celebration. And as we move forward, we take the joy that we have today for a better day tomorrow. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
The ancient Hindu scripture Bhagavad Gita says, Vasudeva Kutumbakam, which means that all human beings are members of a single family. So, O God, please guide our Comptroller, the Honorable Jack Schnirman. Instill in him the wisdom, the courage, and the right spirit, so that the political activity in Nassau County can be a powerful instrument for the human transformation and contribute to the spiritual well-being of its citizens. May our Comptroller embrace diversity without resulting in divisiveness. May he celebrate unity without imposing uniformity. May he promote moral clarity, ethical conduct, acts of kindness, and most of all, righteousness, because where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. Where there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. And where there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Thank you.
Once again, everybody, thank you very much on behalf of Jack and Joni. I'm sorry, we've been recently joined by Town of Ocean Bay Supervisor Joe Saladino. Thank you, Supervisor. Thank you. So once again, on behalf of Jack and Joni, thank you very much for joining us here today. There are light refreshments out there, but don't linger long. As Jack said, we've got work to do. Thank you very much.
Jack, first of all, congratulations to take over as a new county controller.
Thank you.
Quickly, what do you feel now?
Feel great, ready to get to work.
And what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge and the biggest opportunity in your office?
Well, we have a lot of reform to do. We laid out a series of priorities to go out and tackle them, and I look forward to it. And I think the real challenge is just breaking through the sort of the crisis and all the challenges that Nassau County has faced to get things moving.
I also want to point out that how many controllers we had in the past?
I think I am the 14th controller.
14 controllers in the past, but this is the first time the most diverse, and I'm going to say the most diverse oath ceremony. Thank you so much for inviting Muslim and Hindu in your inauguration. And by the way, Muslim community is almost 90% of the 9%. of the Nassau County and the first time somebody officially recognized it. Thank you so much.
Thank
You want to say some quick message for the Muslim community?
Sure, look forward to working with everybody. All are welcome. We've got lots of great work to do together, and I look forward to getting to know everybody over the next 4 years.
Thank you so much and congratulations again.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay. Tom, can I steal you for 1 minute?
Sure.
Okay.
Great. Thank you. Great job, really. Great.
Raham TV is the largest and the most popular Muslim TV in USA.
Great.
It's been watched all over the world as well.
Wonderful.
Right now you are live around the world.
Wow. Great.
We are lucky to have New York State Comptroller Tom DiNapoli with us. Tom, what do you say about today's event?
Well, it's a real wonderful coming together of the Nassau County community to celebrate the beginning of the term of office of Jack Schnirman as our Nassau County Comptroller. He set the right theme and tone about fiscal responsibility and the key role the Comptroller's office plays in that. And I thought it was wonderful how he had the diversity of Nassau County so well represented. To have Muslim prayer, Jewish prayer, Christian prayer, Hindu prayer, that shows that he understands that, as you said, diversity is our strength. And Nassau is more and more diverse community, including a very strong Muslim American community here. And we all need to work together to make it a better community.
You had been a very good friend of the Muslim community. Would you like to give some special message for the Muslim community in the electoral process?
Well, certainly here in Nassau County, we see the Muslim community very involved in civic affairs. And the opportunity is there, access is there. So whether it was in 2016 with the national election or 2017 with the local election, now it's 2018, all of the state offices are up, and Congress, and we have a U.S. Senate race. I do hope my friends in the Muslim American community will continue to be very involved. That's what makes our democracy strong. Have a voice, have a seat at the table, and that's how we make a stronger New York State, a stronger United States of America as well. And we're very proud of the great collaboration we have with the Muslim community here in Nassau County and across New York State.
Thank you so much, Tom. You've been a great friend. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज नासा काउंटी के कंट्रोलर का ओथ सेरेमनी थी। ये 15वें कंट्रोलर हैं नासा काउंटी के, लेकिन इससे पहले 14 कंट्रोलर्स ने 9% पॉपुलेशन जो मुस्लिम पॉपुलेशन है, अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 80,000 फैमिलीज़ यहाँ पे रहती हैं नासा काउंटी में, कभी उनको अपने सिस्टम में इंक्लूड करने की कोशिश नहीं की। पहली दफ़ा है कि जैक श्निरमैन ने जो अभी इलेक्ट हुए हैं 2017 में, उन्होंने मुस्लिम्स को इन्वॉल्व किया और स्पेशली इनवाइट किया कि उसको प्रेयर्स में हिस्सा लें। और मैं समझता हूँ कि ये मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी के लिए बहुत खुशाइंद बात है और मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी का जो मेन स्ट्रीम इलेक्टोरल प्रोसेस में हिस्सा लेने का बड़ा अच्छा मौका है और इनकी रिकग्निशन चूँकि वह हर स्टेप पे हो रही है। पिछले 10 दिन में तकरीबन हर जो ओथ सेरेमनी हुई है उसमें कम्युनिटी को इन्वॉल्व किया गया, डिफरेंट मसाजिद को इन्वॉल्व किया गया, डिफरेंट कम्युनिटी लीडर्स को इन्वॉल्व किया गया। तो मेरा ख्याल है कि अभी हमारी कम्युनिटी को भी बढ़ चढ़ के इलेक्टोरल प्रोसेस में हिस्सा लेना चाहिए। इलेक्शन में, हर इलेक्शन में वोट ज़रूर दें और हर इलेक्शन में जितना भी अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं, 5, 10, 50, $100 आप पॉलिटिकल कंट्रीब्यूशन भी दें, बिकॉज इसी तरह हमारी पॉलिटिकल ग्रोथ होगी। और समडे जिस तरह अभी टॉम डिनैपली न्यूयॉर्क स्टेट के जो कंट्रोलर हैं, उन्होंने जिस तरह कहा कि 2018 के इलेक्शंस आने वाले हैं और ये भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट इलेक्शन है और हो सकता है 2018 में कोई मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी का कोई शख्स इलेक्शन में हिस्सा ले और शायद इंशाल्लाह इलेक्ट भी हो जाए। तो मैं मुबारक दूंगा, रहम टीवी का शुक्रिया अदा करूंगा कि उन्होंने स्पेशली अपनी टीम भेजी लाइव टेलीकास्ट के लिए और इस प्रोग्राम को रिकॉर्ड करने के लिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच रहम टीवी, थैंक यू वेरी मच मुफ्ती साहब और हमारे प्रोड्यूसर साहब और पूरी टीम, थैंक यू वेरी मच। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।